Pack your bags because your address has been found by a woman and you need to listen right now before it's too late. The danger is approaching your doorstep as we speak and time is running out for you to prepare. This is not a drill, this is not a joke, this is a serious warning that has reached you for a reason. Your location has been discovered, your privacy has been breached, your security is now compromised. The woman who found your address has been searching for someone like you for longer than you realize. This message has come to you because you still have time to act, but that window is closing with every second that passes. She has been tracking you, specifically studying your patterns, learning your routines, gathering information about your life. Your address was the final piece she needed, and now she has it written down, saved, marked for what comes next. This woman is determined, focused, relentless in her pursuit, and now that she knows where you live, everything will change. You must understand what's coming, you must grasp the seriousness of this situation before it's too late to respond. The signs have been there all along, but you missed them, you ignored them, you brushed them aside as coincidence. But there are no coincidences here, only carefully planned moves leading to your doorstep, to your home, to where you sleep at night. The time to act is now, before she makes her move, before she arrives, before everything changes forever. Like this video if you've received this warning message and are taking it seriously. The universe does not send these warnings randomly, they come to those who need to hear them most. Stand in protection over your home, your family, your sanctuary, because what is coming will test your boundaries. This woman is already in motion, already planning, already preparing for what happens next, and your awareness now is the first line of defense. Those who ignore this message will be caught unprepared, but you still have time to act. This woman moves in silence, studies your patterns from a distance, watches when you come and go. She knows your schedule, your habits, your routines better than you might realize. She has observed your home from different angles, noted your security measures, identified the vulnerabilities in your daily life. Her intentions will change everything the moment she makes contact, the moment she arrives at your door. The danger is not what you expect, it's not a simple threat, it's not a passing risk. What she brings with her will shift your reality, will alter your path, will force you to make decisions you never thought you'd face. She has done this before to others like you, people who weren't prepared, people who didn't see the signs until it was too late. Now she has set her sights on you, has found your address, has marked you for what comes next. Type aware if you are standing guard against unknown visitors, if you are paying attention to the signs around you. Your awareness is your first protection, your vigilance is your shield, your caution is what will keep you safe. The universe is showing you this message because you still have time to prepare, time to secure your boundaries, time to ready yourself. But you must act now, you must declare your vigilance, you must take this warning seriously before she arrives. This is not the first time someone has searched for you, has tried to locate your address, has worked to breach your privacy. The pattern has been ongoing for longer than you realize, a systematic effort to find you specifically. She strikes when defenses are lowest and awareness is diminished, when you feel most secure and least prepared. She waits for the perfect moment, the ideal opportunity, the time when you will be most vulnerable to her approach. You have been chosen to receive this warning for a reason. The universe sees what's coming and has sent this message as protection. Every day the threat moves closer, every hour she prepares more thoroughly, every minute brings her arrival nearer to your doorstep. The signs are all around you now, more frequent, more obvious, more urgent than before, but only if you know how to recognize them. This woman is not a stranger, though she will appear as one. She is connected to your past in ways you don't yet recognize. She has crossed your path before, perhaps briefly, perhaps meaningfully, perhaps in ways you've forgotten or never noticed. The connection exists in the background of your life, a thread running through experiences you thought were separate, unrelated, random. She has been gathering information about you, piecing together your story, learning your vulnerabilities, your preferences, your patterns. The signs of her presence have been subtle: a missed call from an unknown number, a stranger asking questions about you, an unusual car parked nearby. Small occurrences easily dismissed individually, but together they form a pattern, a deliberate trail leading to this moment. She knows things about you that you've never shared publicly, details you thought were private, aspects of your life you believed were secure. This is why her approach will seem legitimate, reasonable, even expected, and it finally happens because she has prepared so thoroughly for this moment. The universe says prepare for what comes next, fortify your boundaries, strengthen your awareness, sharpen your intuition. You must not ignore these signs any longer, must not dismiss the warnings, must not pretend this isn't happening. Type 555 if you will heed this warning, if you will stand in protection over your home and family, if you will remain vigilant. The woman who found your address is already putting her plan in motion, already preparing for contact, already visualizing her approach. Your recognition of this threat is the first step toward protection, but you must declare your awareness, you must acknowledge the warning, you must prepare. Her past encounters with others like you follow a pattern, a system, a methodology refined through experience. Those who weren't prepared, who didn't see the signs, who ignored the warnings, experienced consequences they never anticipated. She appears harmless at first, normal, reasonable, legitimate, a person with logical reasons for making contact. But beneath the surface lies something else entirely, an agenda hidden from view, a purpose concealed behind careful words and practiced smiles. She is determined to find you specifically because of who you are, what you have, what you know, what you represent in her larger plan. There is something about you that fits her criteria, that matches her target profile, that serves her purpose exactly. This is not random, not accidental, not coincidental, but precisely calculated, meticulously planned, carefully executed over time. The connections between you already exist, invisible threads linking past events, encounters, experiences that seemed unimportant at the time but were actually breadcrumbs leading to this moment. She discovers addresses through multiple channels: social media posts, public records, online searches, casual conversations with mutual connections. Her techniques are sophisticated, blending technology and psychology, digital tracking and human intelligence, online research and in-person reconnaissance. She creates profiles of her targets, mapping their habits, their connections, their vulnerabilities, their patterns of behavior. Her disguises are effective, changing her appearance, her identity, her backstory to suit the situation, the target, the objective. Sometimes she presents as an old acquaintance, sometimes as a new neighbor, sometimes as someone offering an opportunity too good to refuse. She gains access through trust, through curiosity, through obligation, through urgency, creating situations that seem to require immediate response. Her approach seems legitimate, reasonable, expected, making it difficult to refuse without seeming rude, suspicious, unfriendly. She has refined these techniques through practice, through experience, through learning from each encounter what works, what doesn't, what raises suspicion, what creates trust. This is why so many before you have opened their doors have let down their guard, have allowed her in without recognizing the true nature of the encounter until it was too late. Type 1M protected to strengthen your defenses, to establish your boundaries, to declare your home safe from unwanted visitors. Your declaration has power. Your awareness creates a shield. Your vigilance becomes a barrier against her intrusion. The universe responds to your commitment, to your certainty, to your determination to remain safe. She can sense resistance, can feel when someone is prepared, can detect when her target is aware of her approach. This is why your declaration matters, why your stance is important, why your awareness is your first line of defense. Her search for you began months ago, perhaps even years, a gradual systematic gathering of information, breadcrumbs leading to your doorstep. First she discovered your name, then your connections, then your interests, your history, your patterns, your routines. Each piece of information led to another, each detail revealed new pathways to explore, each discovery brought her closer to finding you. Your address was the final piece of the puzzle, the last barrier between her planning and her action, the key that unlocks the next phase. And now she has it, has confirmed it, has added it to her carefully compiled profile of who you are, where you live, what you do. The window between her discovery and her arrival is narrowing every day. Her preparations are nearly complete, her plan almost ready to execute. You still have time to prepare, to secure your boundaries, to establish your defenses, but that time is limited, shrinking, measured now in days, not weeks. The moment of contact is approaching more quickly than you realize, more certainly than you know, more inevitably than you might want to believe. The initial approach will seem normal, ordinary, expected, nothing to trigger immediate alarm or concern. She will present herself with confidence, with purpose, with a story that seems reasonable, plausible, believable given the circumstances. There will be a moment of decision, a split-second choice whether to engage, to respond, to allow the interaction to continue, or to maintain your boundaries. This moment, this decision, this choice will determine everything that follows, will set in motion consequences that cannot be undone. She will speak with familiarity, with knowledge, with details that make you question how she knows so much about you, your life, your situation. Her words will be carefully chosen, her questions strategically placed, her requests seemingly innocent but designed to gain access, to gain trust, to gain compliance. What seems like a chance encounter, a random visit, a coincidental meeting will actually be the culmination of months of planning, of research, of preparation. And in that moment, standing at your threshold, she will appear exactly as she needs to appear to accomplish her purpose, to fulfill her objective, to complete her mission. Everything depends on your response, your awareness, your preparation for this critical interaction, this pivotal moment, this point of no return. You are not powerless against this situation, not helpless, not vulnerable, despite her planning, her preparation, her determination. Knowledge is your protection, awareness is your shield, preparation is your defense against whatever she brings to your doorstep. Your intuition has been warning you all along, those unexplained feelings of being watched, those moments of inexplicable unease, those subtle sensations of something not quite right. Trust those feelings and now recognize them for what they are. Acknowledge the wisdom of your own inner alarm system. The strength you need is already within you, the power to refuse to question, to maintain your boundaries despite her persuasiveness, her persistence, her pressure. You have the right to decline, to engage, to limit information, to protect your space, your privacy, your security, regardless of her story, her request, her apparent need. Your home is your sanctuary, your castle, your protected space, and no one, not even someone who knows your address, has the right to breach those boundaries without your permission. Type 333 if you are standing firm against this intrusion, if you are committed to your safety, if you are prepared for what's coming. Your declaration matters. Your stance has power. Your commitment to protection creates a force field around your life, your home, your family. The universe responds to certainty, to clarity, to conviction, and your words now become a shield against what approaches. She can sense resistance, feel preparation, detect awareness, and your declaration now sends ripples through the energy surrounding your home, your space, your boundaries. The unexpected truth behind her search for you goes deeper than you might imagine, more significant than a random targeting, more purposeful than chance. She has found your address because of something specific, something valuable, something meaningful that you possess, that you know, that you represent. What she actually wants from you isn't what you might expect, isn't simple theft or harm or deception, but something more complex, more nuanced, more consequential. She seeks connection, influence, access to aspects of your life, your world, your reality that serve her larger purpose, her broader plan, her ultimate objective. This matters more than you realize because the consequences extend beyond a single interaction, beyond a momentary intrusion, beyond a brief encounter. What happens when she arrives will set in motion a chain of events that ripple outward, affecting not just you but connections, relationships, situations linked to you.
Her arrival at your doorstep is not the end of her plan, but the beginning, not the conclusion, but the initiation, not the final act, but the first scene in a longer production. Understanding this true purpose, this deeper motivation, this hidden agenda is crucial to protecting yourself, to maintaining your boundaries, to ensuring your safety and security in the face of her carefully orchestrated approach. You must secure your home, your information, your boundaries right now, today, before she makes her move. Check your privacy settings on all accounts. Review what personal information is publicly available. Remove details that could be used to further her knowledge of you. Be alert to unusual activity, unfamiliar vehicles, unexpected packages, phone calls from unknown numbers, subtle signs that reconnaissance is underway. Prepare responses in advance for unexpected visitors, unplanned encounters, sudden requests that seem urgent, reasonable, necessary but require immediate action or decision. Have conversations with family members, housemates, trusted friends about not sharing information, not confirming details, not allowing access to unknown persons regardless of their story, their urgency, their apparent legitimacy. Trust your instincts, your gut feelings, your internal alarm system when something feels wrong, when an interaction seems off, when a request doesn't quite make sense. Practice saying no, setting boundaries, requesting verification, maintaining distance until you're certain of someone's identity, purpose, intention. These steps, these preparations, these precautions are not excessive, not paranoid, not unreasonable, but necessary, prudent, wise in the face of what's approaching your doorstep. The time for these actions is now, today, immediately before the moment of contact arrives, before you face the situation you're being warned about. Specific indicators will signal her approach, her proximity, her imminent arrival if you know what to look for. Unexpected deliveries to your address, packages you didn't order, services you didn't request, visitors claiming to need access for legitimate reasons. Unusual questions from strangers or acquaintances about your schedule, your routines, your home, your security measures framed as casual conversation. Social media connection requests from people you don't recognize with few mutual connections, limited profiles, recent account creation dates. Vehicles you don't recognize parked nearby for extended periods, returning multiple times, appearing at unusual hours without clear purpose. Phone calls that disconnect when answered, messages left with vague details, requests for confirmation of information, just to update our records. People taking photos near your property, delivery personnel spending longer than necessary at your address, repair services arriving without request. New neighbors who seem overly interested in your life, your schedule, your habits, your home, asking detailed questions, offering unexpected assistance. The pattern of these occurrences matters more than individual events, the frequency, the timing, the progression, all indicating systematic reconnaissance, preparing for contact. You must notice these signs, recognize these patterns, understand these warnings before she makes her final approach, before she arrives at your doorstep. Those who were unprepared, who dismissed the warnings, who ignored the signs, experienced consequences they never anticipated, outcomes they couldn't have predicted, situations they weren't equipped to handle. They opened their doors, responded to her questions, shared information that seemed harmless, innocent, irrelevant at the time, not recognizing the calculated nature of each interaction. What began as a seemingly random encounter, a brief conversation, a simple request, gradually evolved into something more complex, more demanding, more difficult to control or contain. Boundaries were tested, then pushed, then breached as her true purpose gradually emerged beneath the facade of normalcy, legitimacy, reasonableness she initially presented. But others recognized the signs, heeded the warnings, prepared themselves for her approach, maintained firm boundaries despite her persistence, her persuasiveness, her pressure. They limited information, restricted access, questioned inconsistencies, trusted their instincts when something felt wrong, when requests seemed unusual, when explanations didn't quite fit the circumstances. The difference between these outcomes, these experiences, these encounters wasn't chance or luck, but awareness, preparation, determination to maintain control over their own space, boundaries, security. The lessons from their experiences are clear, powerful, essential for your own protection, your own preparation, your own response. When she arrives at your doorstep with your address in hand, with her plan ready to execute, with her purpose concealed behind a carefully crafted approach. Learn from those who came before you, benefit from their experience, heed the wisdom their encounters provide before you face your own moment of decision, your own critical choice, your own pivotal interaction. Type ready if you are prepared for what's coming, if you are vigilant, if you are aware of the signs around you. Your declaration strengthens your position, your awareness heightens your protection, your readiness creates a barrier she will sense, she will feel, she will recognize. The universe responds to preparation, to vigilance, to determination, and your words now reinforce the shield surrounding your home, your life, your security. She can detect when someone is prepared, can sense when defenses are strong, can feel when awareness is heightened, and your declaration now stands as a beacon of protection. The moment she arrives will seem ordinary, normal, expected, nothing immediately alarming about her presence, her appearance, her initial approach. Her first words will be carefully chosen, designed to establish connection, create comfort, build instant rapport before revealing the true nature of her visit. You will face an immediate decision whether to engage, to respond, to continue the interaction, or to maintain distance, boundaries, separation between your world and hers. The exchange will feel scripted, rehearsed, prepared, as though following a pattern she has executed many times before with others like you. She will mention details about you, your life, your situation that she shouldn't know, couldn't know unless she had been watching, researching, preparing for this exact moment. Questions that seem innocent, requests that appear reasonable, suggestions that sound helpful will actually be calculated, designed to extract information, gain access, establish influence. Your responses, your reactions, your decisions in these critical first moments will determine everything that follows, will set the trajectory for what happens next, will establish the nature of the interaction. The pressure to respond normally, politely, reasonably will be strong, overwhelming, powerful, making it difficult to maintain boundaries, to limit engagement, to protect your space. But this is precisely when your awareness, your preparation, your determination must be strongest, most resolute, most uncompromising for your own protection, your own security, your own well-being. The true implications of this encounter extend far beyond a single interaction, a momentary intrusion, a brief conversation at your doorstep. What could be lost or gained in these moments affects not just your immediate safety but your long-term security, not just your privacy but your peace of mind, not just your home but your sense of sanctuary. This matters beyond just your protection because the ripple effects will touch every aspect of your life, your relationships, your sense of trust, your feeling of control over your own environment. Once boundaries are breached, once information is shared, once access is granted, these things cannot be undone, cannot be reversed, cannot be reclaimed, no matter how much you might wish to do so. The psychological impact of knowing someone has been watching, planning, preparing to approach you can itself be profound, disturbing, lasting, changing how you move through the world, how you interact with others, how you perceive your own safety. What's at stake is not just the moment of contact but everything that follows, not just a single decision but a cascade of consequences, not just a brief encounter but a fundamental shift in your reality. This is why preparation matters, why awareness is crucial, why boundaries must be maintained despite pressure, despite discomfort, despite the natural human tendency to be polite, accommodating, responsive. This is your last chance to prepare yourself, to secure your boundaries, to establish your defenses before she arrives.
Her plan is in motion, her timeline is advancing with each passing hour, bringing the moment of contact closer, more certain, more inevitable. Hesitation now is dangerous, delay is risky, postponement is unwise because the window for preparation is closing, narrowing, disappearing as her arrival approaches. The importance of immediate action cannot be overstated, cannot be diminished, cannot be ignored if you wish to maintain control over the situation, the interaction, the outcome. Those who wait, who delay, who postpone find themselves unprepared, vulnerable, reactive rather than proactive, responsive rather than in control. The warning has reached you for a reason. The message has found you at this specific time, this particular moment, this exact point, because now is when you must act, must prepare, must secure your boundaries. Time is a factor here, a critical element, a crucial component that works either for you or against you depending on how you use these final hours, these last moments, these remaining opportunities to prepare. The universe says rise and be vigilant, stand ready for this critical encounter, prepare yourself for what approaches your doorstep. Type victory is mine, to claim your protection, to declare your boundaries secure, to establish your determination to remain safe. This woman who found your address, who tracked your location, who breached your privacy will soon discover that you are not unprepared, not vulnerable, not easily manipulated. Your awareness is your power, your preparation is your shield, your boundaries are your fortress against whatever purpose, whatever plan, whatever intention she brings to your door. Claim your protection now, declare your security, affirm your readiness before the moment of contact arrives. Your awareness is now your shield, your knowledge, your protection, your preparation, your defense against what approaches. The warning has been delivered, the message transmitted, the alert sounded, giving you time, opportunity, chance to secure yourself, your home, your boundaries. You have the knowledge you need, the information necessary, the understanding required to recognize the signs, to prepare properly, to respond effectively when she arrives. The power to determine the outcome is in your hands, your control, your authority, no matter how well she has planned, how thoroughly she has prepared, how carefully she has orchestrated her approach. Those who are aware, who are vigilant, who are prepared cannot be easily deceived, cannot be readily manipulated, cannot be successfully controlled. Your boundaries are yours to maintain your security, yours to protect your safety, yours to ensure despite pressure, despite persuasion, despite persistence. The warning has reached you for a reason. The message has found you at the perfect time. The alert has sounded while you still have chance to act. Trust your instincts, heed the warning, prepare your response. Remember that forewarned is forearmed, and it is done.